Hello, welcome to Thor Talk, the show all about Marvel's resident god of thunder. On this episode of Thor Talk, the Maker has arrived, gods will war with the children of tomorrow, and Thor becomes Valhalla itself. Let's witness this chapter in the life of Ultimate Thor on Thor Talk.
I am Thor the Thunderer, son of Odin, prince of Asgard, and this world is under my protection.
Ultimate Comics The Ultimates was written by Jonathan Hickman and was published in 2011. This story takes place in the Ultimate Universe, and the story of Ultimate Thor is quite unique. After the gods of Asgard perished in Ragnarok, Thor was sent to Earth as a human by Odin. Thor soon realized who he really was, but he still remained powerless. He overcame this with a biomechanical suit and hammer, which granted him flight, weather manipulation, super strength, teleportation, and limited invulnerability. Eventually, Odin restored Thor's godly powers, and the gods of Asgard made a home for themselves on Earth. But now that the gods have been restored, they are thirsty. The Asgardian gods have raided a beer factory in Germany, so the European Super Soldier Initiative sends their Excalibur unit to intervene. When they arrive, Thor is happy to see them, and offers Captain Britain a drink, which he rather rudely declines. Thor doesn't take this very well, and a fight breaks out between the two of them, but they stop when they notice a large dome in the middle of the desert. The dome is the base of the Maker and his children of tomorrow. After Reed Richards went mad, he became the Maker, and spent over 900 years evolving the perfect creatures known as the children of tomorrow. The smartest man in the world has had 1,000 years to prepare for this day, and now it begins. The children of tomorrow emerge from the dome and analyze the Thunder God. They find that his power is tied to two sources, Odin and Yggdrasil, the World Tree. They seek out the sources and find Asgard. A battle begins. The gods fight on, but the sheer power and numbers of the children are too much. Baldur falls, and Odin tells Thor to retreat to Yggdrasil, but the children then kill Odin and absorb his power. The fury of the gods is unmatched throughout the 9 realms, but it is not enough. The World Tree falls. Without Odin and Yggdrasil, the gods are powerless. They are now men, and men fall. There will be no salvation for the Aesir, save one. I got you! Asgard has fallen. Odin is dead. His people lie with him. The Maker has just begun. And Thor, the mighty god of thunder, is just a man. Thor is broken, but he's been a man before. Stark kept his suit and even made a few upgrades. Thor doesn't get to be broken. He gets rebuilt. Thor joins another attack on the Maker's city. It does not go well.
Full retreat! Full retreat!
Hate to be a bother, Thor, but it's time to leave. Go without me! That's the thing. They can't. This is not over. Transporting the fleet. Now! You saved them, Thor. You saved us. What? You are an arrogant rake, Stark. And a formidable warrior. Much better man than most. I want you to promise me something. Yeah? When men speak of today, make sure they know that what follows wasn't grief or madness, but fate, and that I met her well. Anthony Stark, I have been honored to call you my friend, but I will have my vengeance. Farewell. No! I will see you again, in another life. Thor arrives, but finds no one there to face him. He searches the city, and finds a line of corpses being carried off to the furnace. But one of them is still alive. Thor frees Captain Britain and prepares to take him to safety, but the Maker has other plans. A moment of your time before you leave, Thor. I need you to carry a message back to your keepers. You are mistaken, stranger. I have no master, and I am no man's courier. Then consider it a favor for the man who tore Asgard from the sky. I'm sorry, Jamie. It appears we will not be leaving. Ah! I hope you burn them all, God of Thunder. With his rage and grief, Thor tears through the children of tomorrow, but the Maker sends in the first knife. The first knife overwhelms Thor with its skill and speed, stabbing and punching him before Thor can even land a hit. Despite the rage and grief of Thor, the first knife prevails. The battle is over, but the Maker has him beat Thor again and again for his own amusement. But the Maker spares Thor to act as his messenger, and he leaves. Thor, we have to leave now! Get away from me. I won't let you give up. I'm not giving up. I'm beaten. I want you to get up. It's all gone, Asgard, my kin. I've lost everything. I can't. Stand. I won't! On your feet, boy! Father? You disappoint me, Thor. Have you forgotten? I gave this world to you, to make it into something better. I remember, Father. Who are you talking to? You died. Everyone died. Yes. And something in me died as well. I am less than what I was. God or man, does it matter? Of Asgard, you are all that is left. What do you want me to do, Father? Everything you can. Everything you must. Make this world into what it should be. Father, I am alone! You ask the impossible. Odin asks nothing of the kind. And alone? Ha! You will never be alone again, Thor. It appears you have become Valhalla, my friend. And as for what is possible and what is not, tell me, do you lack faith, brother? Or do you believe? It's the Maker! He's dosed the Hulk with a Giant Man serum. He's massive! Call Hurricane! For Asgard! For the All-Father! So that's the story of how Asgard fell and Ultimate Thor overcame this loss to remain a hero. I really like this story. Jonathan Hickman does a great job of writing Thor, and I'm particularly fond of what he did at the end with Thor becoming Valhalla. Thor is the only one who can see the dead Asgardians, which initially makes you wonder if they were even really there. But then Baldur is able to pick up his hammer and give it back to him. And I think that this doubt as to whether or not Thor is crazy is a nice callback to the origins of the character. The history of Ultimate Thor has been one of Thor being a human claiming to be a god, but there always being some speculation as to whether or not he's just crazy. Thor talks with Volstagg in a restaurant about Loki escaping, but then it's revealed that no one else can see Volstagg except Thor. Eventually, it was revealed that Thor was the real deal, and that many of these contradictions were really the work of Loki. But it was nice to see some callbacks to the unique history of Ultimate Thor. Well, that's all for this episode of Thor Talk. If you want to keep up with and support Thor Talk, you can do so by simply subscribing. Once again, I'd like to formally state that all art and video is owned by its respected companies, and I own none of it. With that said, see you next time on Thor Talk, where...
You behold in breathless wonder.